Hi, my name's Marie Evans, welcome to my channel. I just thought I'd quickly come on to share some of the hacks that I've used with having a twin and a toddler, how to look after my twins during the day, feeding, changing, getting their naps, and also entertaining my toddler. My toddler is nearly 3 years old. He'll be 3 years old in 2 months. And I've also got 8-month-old twins, Eva and Elliot. So when I was first pregnant with twins, I just thought, how am I going to cope? Looking after twins, doing everything for them, and then also entertaining my toddler. I thought it's just not going to work. Easy enough when I had my husband home, and when I had some help, I could just get on with my day, doing whatever, and I had someone there to entertain my little boy. But though after those weeks had gone by, I thought, how am I going to do this on my own? So I've picked up some hacks over the time, and I just thought I'd share them with you. So let's get into it. Number 1 is setting up activities the night before or while your baby is sleeping, ready for the next nap, and then you can do those with toddler. I thought it's really quick to get out an activity if you've already set it up the night before. So for instance, if I wanted to do a cake with Ethan, I'd measure out all the ingredients the night before, get them ready. Or if I wanted him to measure out the ingredients, I'd get every ingredient ready, bowls ready and the scales, and then it was just really quick on the morning nap when babies were napping. I could get them out really quickly, it was all set up and just go. Also, I could do this with like paint, so I'd get all the paints ready in the pots and put cling film over them. Also I'd do with Play-Doh, get all the like cookie cutters out, the little plastic knives and things, a tray, and then get the Play-Doh pot ready on a tray. It was just ready to go then when I needed that. Now the weather's looking a bit better, I've found that if my husband the night before blows a swimming pool up for us and I put a load of toys in that they're going to use for water play, we put that in the kitchen, and then when it's time, I can just get that out into the garden and it's really, really quick, ready to go. Number 2 is for changing nappies. When I was changing nappies, I found that I was either sometimes using 4 nappies because I was putting a nappy on and they were quickly either weeing over everything, especially when they were newborn, or pooing, and it just kept coming and coming into the new nappy. So I quickly learned to get 2 nappies out for each baby. So that was 4 nappies that I needed, and also to get everything ready, like the water, the cotton wool, the nappy bags, the creams, and also spare clothes for those wee and poo accidents. I found these really good, like little boxes or baskets. It doesn't have to be expensive, just anything. You could even use cardboard boxes that you've saved up if you're on a budget, and just put those in your changing station or wherever you're going to be doing the nappies for that day. And I thought they were really, really quick, easy just to grab and put everything in, and then everything's set up for your nappy changing. Number 3 is feeding. So whether you breastfeed or bottle feed, make sure you get everything ready for this. So I breastfed my twins until they were about 4 months old. When they were about a week old, we did like one twin would get breastfed, and then one twin would get bottle fed, and then we'd swap over. So the next time we do a feed, the other twin would get breast and the other twin would get bottle, and we just alternate like that, because they weren't putting on much weight. So we found that really increased their weight, and it was much better for me as well. So with bottle feeding, I made sure that the kettle was always on the go throughout the day, just to make sure you had the hot water ready to go and it wasn't like sitting in the bottle the whole time. So also to cool down a bottle really quickly, I'd put the bottle in a bowl of cool water, but I'd also put ice in there as well, and that cooled the bottle down really quickly so that we could do quick bottle for one and breastfeed for the other. It was really quick, and they sort of went into the same routine then with feeding and changing and napping. Breastfeeding, get whatever you need beforehand. Set up a bottle of water, a snack, whatever you think you're going to need in advance, your phone, so you can flick through Instagram or YouTube or whatever you like to do. Get that all ready in a little station wherever you're going to feed, on your couch or in your feeding chair, and that's all ready to go. You don't have to rush around, you're not sort of panicking or mid-feed and you think, oh no, I've got a bottle of water or a snack. So yeah, I found that really helpful. Just make sure you've got everything ready in advance. Number 4 is going back to nappy changing again. I found with my first little boy, I didn't really need like a changing table set up. It was just easy for me to get the changing mat out downstairs, as I'd already set up like a changing area in his bedroom with like the big changing mat and everything, and he had drawers underneath with nappies and everything set up for night times. But downstairs I found was the best for my first little boy, and I just literally used like one of these boxes but bigger with everything in, sitting on the edge of the couch with a changing mat. But this time round I thought I need so much more for twins. It's better to just get a changing table, put the mat on there, so that was set up for the whole day with these boxes underneath with everything in. So I'd have one with nappies and wipes and creams, nappy bags, cotton wool and everything in one. Then another one would have the muslins in, one with bibs, one with a change of clothes. Everything was just set up underneath it and it was just ready to go. Also on the edge of the changing table I'd put the nappy bag on the side of there, and then it was just really easy and quick. So number 5 is bath time. I found it really easy if I took everything up, nappy changing mat, nappies, clothes, everything, and then I'd take the baby bouncer or the baby rocker up, so one baby can sit in there, and then you can bath one baby, get them all ready, and then do a swap over, so the baby that's had their bath can sit then in the rocker chair, and then the other baby can get into the bath. And I found that really easy, especially if also your toddler's in the bath at the same time, which I find easy, just get everyone bathed at the same time. So I found that really worked for us. Number 6 is when you feel like you can't make it out for the day, either you're just not feeling up to it or toddler doesn't want to go out. I found that if it was ready for baby's nap time, I could get them fed, changed, in their prams, either in our front garden or in our back garden, and they could sleep out there, or they can just watch if it's not ready for nap time or they don't want a nap. Get them in their prams, they can sit and watch, and then toddler can play. You can hang your washing out if it's nice weather, you can have lunch outside, and it's been really good as well. Now they're a bit older, we get a tent outside and put a blanket inside with loads of toys. Babies can sit inside, and with this particular one they can't sort of get out, it's got like a cut out hole, so they can't get out of that, and then I can play with my toddler, or as I say, he can play in a sandpit or something. I can hang washing out, or we can have our lunch, so that's been really nice. Number 7, always have toddler and baby bags set up for when you need to get out the next day, as well as spare outfits for yourself, for your toddler, for your babies. I found it really easy. I wasn't worrying if I had everything set up the day before. Sometimes we'd have a play group that I'd forget about, and then I'd be panicking trying to set everything up, and I'd end up forgetting wipes or a spare pair of underpants for my toddler, or forget to put bottles, water into the bottles ready. Most of the play groups that we went to had like water facilities, you know, kettle and everything set up to do bottles, or extra nappies and extra wipes. But I just found with having twins and a toddler as well, I'd always forget something. So it was just really easy and took me, you know, my mind wasn't worrying then if we just got everything ready the day before. Number 8 is if you have an early appointment or you feel like you need to get out early in the morning, if you've got an early play group for instance, or you're going to meet a friend and you need to get out early. I found if I try to change my babies as late as possible, obviously when they're newborn they're waking up all through the night, so the last bottle before you're gonna get out might be at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something. You don't want to be changing them then. But I found if when they were like about 3.5 months old, 4 months, they started sleeping through. So I'd change them at the midnight feed, I'd do their nappies, I'd change them into the clothes and then put them to bed, hoping that they didn't have any poo disasters overnight. And then they were all fresh. I could just in the morning feed, change the nappies, and then we could get out to that early appointment or whatever we needed to do. And we weren't trying to change 2 twins, a toddler, ourselves, get everything ready. It was just a lot easier. Number 9 is to have a bit of me time, and this might sound strange because with twins and a toddler you're not going to get much of that. So this is around the morning time. If your babies and your toddler wake up at a set time, you can wake up half an hour before and have a cup of tea, you can shower, you can just sit downstairs and have your breakfast, or whatever you want to do. If you want to meditate or do some yoga or do your all-important pelvic floor exercises. So that's just your bit of me time in the morning. I know it might sound a bit crazy. If you haven't got enough sleep the night before, then obviously I always do this, just take that time and have that sleep. But if you want a bit of me time and you feel like you just want a bit of headspace in the morning, or you really feel like you need to like meditate or do some exercise that'll help you sort of be positive throughout the day, which is, you do need that, you need positivity. So yeah, that's my little hack there. So my last tip, number 10, is to make really easy meals, especially when you've got a newborn. And the best tip is to get somebody or family or friends when you're pregnant to make those freezer meals for you. You can get them all set up in the freezer and then you just get them out. When you've got newborns, you just haven't got time to be making really lovely homemade meals. So that's a really good tip if you want to ask people for gifts. So what we did was, to make things really easy for us, was to get a crock pot, and also we got a soup maker from family, and we just would put everything in the crock pot either the night before or in the morning, and then it was just ready by night time. Then we could just have something for tea, and then leftovers would be great for lunch. Or in the soup maker, either put, you can do this before as you're having your lunch as well, ready for lunch. Just chop up all your veg. You can prepare this the night before, get all your veg in, your stock, and it's done within 20 minutes. It's really, really easy. And while you're doing that, make double, and then you can freeze that, put it in the freezer. It's easy to grab. So when you've got twins and a toddler and you just haven't got the time, it's just, you just really need those easy meals. And it's so hard to, you want to just grab really quick things that, like a sandwich, a piece of toast, but you really need those nutritious things, especially in the early days, and if you're breastfeeding, and just to keep your energy up anyway, you really need those nutritious meals. So I hope you've liked those tips. I feel like I've really rattled through those, but I hope you find them useful, and I'd really, really like to hear some of your tips. I'm always looking for things to make our days go a lot smoother. If you've liked this video, please subscribe, and see you soon. Bye!